Yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Ride with TNA. Now, this was supposed to be week 4 of January, but for some reason I've misplaced the recording. So we're moving on straight to week 1 of February. Now, I was going to rebook the show exactly the same, but I decided, you know what, we'll just go into history, we'll see what happened, and then we'll just continue from there. So don't need to see that, but anyway, yeah, so we had a few pre-show matches as always. It did quite well. 68C plus, which isn't too bad to say we're in the southeast where we're not that over. So anyway, we started with our normal welcome to TNA Impact, where we kind of go through what's going to happen. Drew Galloway defeated Eddie Edwards in the first match of the night in a 65C plus? 65C? I don't know, there's a buzzing going on around me, like a vibration thing, and I don't know what it is. Like every now and then I'll just hear a doo doo. I think it's a phone. It's not my phone. I don't know what it is. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, Drew Galloway defeated Eddie Edwards, and then Drew Galloway attacked Eddie Edwards. I believe he did he? I think he future shocked him onto a steel chair or something, or threw him in an announce table. Can't remember. It was one of them two. Anyway, next up, Spud slaps Kurt Angle. Really? I could have sworn that was different. But anyway, yeah, Spud slaps Kurt Angle by instruction of MVP. So next up, the Hardys are ready for their #1 contenders match. Little backstage promo. Magnus defeated Samoa Joe, which was then followed by the Revolution. James Storm cutting a promo, you know, Samoa Joe, come and join the Revolution, and you'll have loads of success. And then he wouldn't join, so they attacked him in the next segment, and Magnus came down and saved him. Backstage, Desmond Wolfe isn't happy with Drew Galloway. Basically, yeah, Wolfe isn't happy that Galloway's just kind of wandering around attacking everybody in sight. So Galloway basically says, you know, give me a match with MVP, and I'll be happy. I'll stop attacking people. And you know, you gave me an ironclad contract, so you know, what else do you expect if you're not giving me what I want? And then Desmond Wolfe basically says, look, you know, I can't just give you a title match, you have to earn it. So Drew Galloway just future shocks a member of staff, the cameraman. So yeah, that happened. Then Madison Rayne defeated Gail Kim, just a random knockouts match. And then we have the debut of Red Dragon. Yeah, Red Dragon from Ring of Honor. They've come to the mighty ranks of TNA. Yeah, so Red Dragon defeat the Hardys after a distraction by Ricochet. And then Jeff Hardy obviously chases and catches Ricochet, who's still after another TV title shot. Desmond Wolfe announces the Against All Odds main event, which will be MVP versus Kurt Angle versus Bobby Lashley. So it's going to be a triple threat, and then MVP defeats Lashley with help from Rockstar Spud. Now, for some reason, there are some angles missing from this, and I think the reason for that is that I've set them as minor angles, so they don't show up in the results in the history, which kind of sucks. But I do remember them there. Basically, there's like MVP telling Rockstar Spud that he can join the BDC if he goes and delivers a message to Kurt Angle, which was the slap. And then yeah, there was some sit-down interviews as well between Mike Tenay and MVP, which I loved writing, by the way. They were super cool to write. But yeah, I really don't know where I put the recordings. But anyway, the highest rated match was actually a pre-show match between James Storm and Adam Cole. So maybe a future feud there, but I don't know. But anyway, yes, that was that episode of Impact. Now, as you can see, our TV deals are running out. I've renegotiated Impact, but for some reason it's not letting me renegotiate Explosion yet. Which, in all honesty, I'm not too bothered about, but I would like to keep it there for momentum reasons, and, just keeping people on TV. But obviously, we're not uploading Explosion anymore, so if it does go, I'm not too fussed. But I mean, after this show, or after our next Explosion show, we should be able to renegotiate, which is cool. Also, Bobby Roode has entered the final month of his contract. Now, I have offered him a contract. Bobby Roode. What did I offer him? $14,000 a month, which is a lot, but I mean, it's Bobby fucking Roode, so yeah. Anyway, that is that. Today we are in. I'm gonna go back to the southeast again. Actually, we've been doing quite well in the southeast, so I'm tempted. What's the capacity of the Macon City Auditorium? Let's find out. Macon City Auditorium, just under 2,700. What I really want is kind of a stadium with a capacity of 3,000, because we've got 3,000 people expected to be at the show, so it kind of makes sense, It also costs the same amount of money to hire, so tell you what, we'll go with the Forum Civic Centre. It doesn't have a reputation, but 91% community, which is okay. I think it's the same for all of them though, pretty much. The Macon, doesn't really matter, I don't think. So yeah, we'll go with this one, in Rome, Georgia. And yeah, so let's get straight into the show. Right then, what's going on, guys? To start off, as always, we've got some dark matches. I've only done 3 this time. I just want to kind of test on whether it affects the crowd during the actual show as to how long you use in the pre-show. So, Hassan Benjamin versus Red Dragon. And Red Dragon defeat Hassan Benjamin. Red Dragon's spelt wrong, I've just noticed. There's no little D in Red Dragon. Well, yeah, Bobby Fish defeated Charlie Haas by pinfall using underhanded tactics. Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin showed excellent chemistry teaming together, and Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly showed excellent chemistry teaming together. Some sections of the crowd were unhappy that the match wasn't more physically intense. I forgot to edit it for all the pre-show matches, so it will say that for all these matches. The fans expect, I think it's around 50%. This match was only at 20%. I mean, it's a pre-show match. It's a pre-show match. You don't want it to be complete, all-out intensity. But yeah. So Hassan Benjamin are actually a really good tag team. So that's good. That's good. Moving on. And Tara defeated Melissa. Good crowd and good action. Again, wasn't physically intense enough. So moving on. And Jeff Hardy defeated Kenny King by pinfall after Rebby Sky interfered. I didn't set that. Oh, Jeff Hardy and Kenny King have great chemistry. Okay, so I think if I put a proper finish on there, I swear on my life I set that to be a flash pinfall finish, but whatever. But yeah, they've got good chemistry, so a potential TV title feud there. I think we'll give Ricochet one more title match, and then we'll go on to kind of Jeff Hardy versus the BDC, or just Jeff Hardy versus Kenny King. But either way. So moving on to the main show. Let's go have a look. So 70C plus to open the show. Fireworks explode and the cameras pan over the excited crowd before switching to Jim Ross, Mike Tenay and Taz on commentary, who open the show. I decided to put Taz back on commentary just well, I mean, it was gonna be just specifically for this show because of something coming up later. You'll see that. But I think I'm gonna keep him on there permanently because we don't actually have a colour commentator, which is what Taz is. So anyway, so JR says, "Welcome everybody to Wednesday Night Impact. I'm Jim Ross. Sat beside me is Mike TNA and Taz, and we're looking forward to what should be a good show." TNA then says, "Yes, JR, tonight on Impact Wrestling we're due to hear from the Revolution's James Storm and his thoughts on the new #1 contenders for the TNA Tag Team Championship, Red Dragon. I sit down and interview Jeff Hardy, and we also have an amazing main event tonight in Kurt Angle versus the TNA World Heavyweight Champion MVP, ahead of the triple threat between MVP, Angle and Lashley in 2 weeks at Turning Point." And then Taz doesn't say anything. So the performance of Kurt Angle was good. MVP is improving acting, and Jeff Hardy's developing better performance skills. Not bad. Moving on. So the cameras head backstage where we see MVP with Kenny King and Tyrus, who has a message for Kurt Angle. MVP says, "Kurt Angle, tonight you're supposed to step into the ring with TNA's most valuable player and current World Heavyweight Champion MVP. Last week, Lashley found out what it was like to face the BDC, and unfortunately, he can't be here tonight to tell you. I suggest you don't turn up tonight, because if you do, it may well be the very last time that you ever wrestle again." Tyrus then pushes the cameraman out of the way as the three leave. So yeah, MVP's trying to kind of confidently weave his way out of a match. You know, he doesn't want to face Kurt Angle, so he's being the hard man. Yeah. Solid start to the show, I'd say. Moving on. 61C. So James Storm and Abyss are shown in an eerie setting, Storm pacing in front of Abyss while speaking to the camera. Storm says, "Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, Red Dragon. It seems that you volunteered yourselves to be our next victims. You see, I have a monster by my side, a monster who's capable of things you can't even think of. Against all odds, you will get your first shot at the TNA World Heavyweight Championships, and I can promise you that it will also be your last. Red Dragon, your days are numbered." So yeah, James Storm doing his Storm stuff. No work improvements, all bonuses on there, that's good. And the first match of the night gets a 67C+. In the match, I had some good action and average heat. Samoa Joe defeated Bram in 8 minutes by pinfall. So yeah, happy with that. Happy with that. Joe was penalised for holding back. Bram was penalised for holding back, not dealing with the pressure of going all out, inconsistency, stamina, and motivation. Oh god, I've got really bad hay fever, so if I do kind of sniffle and sneeze, then I apologise, but I can't help it. Moving on. So Samoa Joe doesn't celebrate following his win over Bram, but instead just grabs a mic and stands in the middle of the ring over Manic, who tried to interfere in his match until the fans go quiet. I forgot to put that in. Whoops. So Joe says, "You know what, I've had enough. I've had enough of James Storm's bullshit, but James Storm can wait. The person I really have an issue with right now is Loki, a man I once called my friend. You turned your back on me just as we were going to win the tag team championships. Loki, 2 weeks, against all odds, me and you in a steel cage, no revolution, no rules, just us. Think about it, Loki. Think about it real hard, because I expect an answer by the end of the night." So yeah, Samoa Joe not forgiving Loki for turning on him at, what was it, Genesis? I think it will have been Genesis. So yeah, he wants to face him in a steel cage, so that Manic and Sonata and Abyss and James Storm can't interfere. So that only got a 56C- though, which is disappointing. Samoa Joe penalised for low momentum. Yeah, we'll have to try and get that up before against all odds. So that'll mean a couple of explosion wins. Yeah. Moving on. So the first part, the sit-down interview, I only did 2 parts for this for Jeff Hardy. I did 4 parts for MVP. But anyway, moving on. Let's get on with it. So Mike TNA sat down with the TNA television champion Jeff Hardy. TNA says, "Everybody, please welcome my guest at this time, the television champion Jeff Hardy." Jeff, you beat Ricochet in his TNA debut to win the TV title, and since then he's caused you problem after problem, including costing you the #1 contendership for the TNA tag team titles. What are your thoughts on Ricochet? Jeff then says, my thoughts on Ricochet, don't get me wrong, he's a fantastic athlete, and that's the truth, but he's a cocky little shit. He seems to think that he deserves a title shot. I've already beaten him once, time for somebody else to have a go. That's why next week on Impact, I'm issuing an open challenge, and anybody other than Ricochet can make his way down to the ring and challenge me one-on-one for the TV title. So yeah, open challenge next week. Nothing else to say really. Just kind of trying to move on the feud. It hasn't, which is annoying, but I didn't actually include Ricochet in this. So moving on, 65C. A video shown of Drew Galloway's path of destruction since his TNA debut, including beatdowns on Chris Melendez, Eddie Edwards, referee Earl Hebner, and even backroom staff, will be on the end of Galloway's next attack. He goes one-on-one with Noam Dar next. That's not bad. Could be better. Oh, that's not good. That's not great. So in about that had a solid in-ring action, but not much in the way of heat. Drew Galloway defeated Noam Dar in 6 minutes by pinfall whilst using ropes for leverage. I think the match may have been a little bit too short, but Noam Dar is only an enhancement talent, I think. So yeah, I think I got the booking wrong for this one. Does it actually say? Oh, fair enough. How do I do that? All out, take finish. Yeah, that's. I think. See, I wanted to put Noam Dar in development, but he doesn't. He really doesn't want to be down there. So yeah, I didn't really know. I don't really know what to do with Noam Dar at the moment. But anyway, moving on. Galloway begins celebrating whilst on the outside Jim Ross begins arguing with referee Brian Hebner. Galloway is quickly on the outside face to face with the announcer. The two begin to bicker, and after a while Galloway steps back and smiles before grabbing JR and hitting him with the Future Shock DDT. Galloway then raises his arms, smiles and soaks in the boos from the crowd as he walks to the back. So yeah, this was the main reason that I put Taz on the announce desk for this show. But like I said, I am going to keep him on there because he is actually quite a good colour commentator. And that got quite a decent rating, I'd say. Very decent rating in my opinion for the Southeast, because we're really not over. I think our importance here is a D+. So in my opinion a C+ is okay for around here, but I may be wrong. I honestly don't know. Jim Ross was penalised for poor gimmick. Interesting. Anyway, moving on. Part 2 of the sit-down interview. We go back to Mike Tenay's sit-down interview with Jeff Hardy for another question for the TV champion. Tenay says, obviously last week Ricochet cost you the #1 contendership for the TNA Tag Team Championships, which must have been a big blow for you. Are the tag team titles something you and your brother Matt will be targeting again in the near future? Jeff then says, absolutely. We've won the tag team titles in the WWE, but for one reason or another we've just never been able to claim the TNA tag team titles, whether it be due to underhanded tactics or just the competitiveness of the division with teams such as the Revolution and the Wolves, and in the past Beer Money and Team 3D. You know, it's just never gone right for us. I can guarantee you though, before the Hardys are done here in TNA, we will be the TNA Tag Team Champions, and you can bet your house on that. So yeah, this is just really to fill up the show. Mike Tenay was penalised for poor gimmick as well. I honestly wish I could get rid of these. I don't think you can though, can you? That sucks. If you can get rid of it, or if you can kind of help get rid of those, then let us know in the comment section how you do it, because it's really annoying me. It's every angle with these guys in. So anyway, moving on. So James Storm, Abyss and Low-Ki make their way down to the ring. James Storm grabs the mic before addressing Samoa Joe. Storm then says, "Samoa Joe, earlier on tonight you issued a challenge to Low-Ki. Well, we're out here to tell you that his answer is no." Almost immediately, Desmond Wolf's music hits and the general manager makes his way down to the ring. Wolf says, "Storm, I don't like that answer, and I don't like it because the fans don't like it. As the general manager, it's my job to put on the best shows possible, and that means listening to what they want. For this reason, in 2 weeks, against all odds, Low-Ki will face Samoa Joe in 6 Sides of Steel, and he'll also face Adam Cole tonight. First, Storm, I think the fans want to see the tag team champions in action, and that match happens right now." So yeah, obviously Samoa Joe and Low-Ki was always going to go ahead. But yeah, just give Storm and Abyss a match. A lot of bonuses, not many penalties. Low-Ki wanted to be scripted, so I thought we'd script him, but it hasn't really had a positive or negative effect. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. 67C plus. James Storm and Abyss are stood in the ring waiting for their opponents to come out when their music hits, and out come the Briscoes. The fans go crazy as Jay and Mark Briscoe make their way down to the ring to face the TNA Tag Team Champions. TNA says, "It's the Briscoes, former ROH Tag Team and World Champions Jay and Mark Briscoe." I don't think Mark was ever World Champion, but let's just go with it. The Tag Team division sure is heating up, Taz. Taz says, "You're not wrong there, TNA. Possibly the most successful tag team. Definitely the most successful tag team. I looked it up today. I looked it up earlier, and they've won 8 ROH Tag Team Championships, I think. But anyway, yeah, possibly the most successful tag team in ROH history right here, about to face the current TNA Tag Team Champions, as well as Red Dragon debuting last week. I can't wait to see what the future holds for the tag team division." And is that it? I think yeah, that's it. It's a 670 plus. Yeah. Okay. The match itself, 74B minus. What? So in a match that had some good action and average heat, the Briscoes defeated the Revolution in 14 minutes when Jay Briscoe defeated Abyss by pinfall following a botched interference by Low-Ki. So the Briscoes showed excellent chemistry teaming together, obviously, because they're brothers. Taz and Mike Tenay had pretty good chemistry, and the match lifted the crowd. That's an insane rating. Oh, I didn't mean to put that up. That's pretty damn good rating. To say this is the first time that these guys have ever faced each other, yeah, I'm very happy with that. So moving on. Okay, that's not so good. But anyway, Low-Ki and Manic jump out of the crowd whilst the Briscoes celebrate their debut win over the TNA Tag Team Champions James Storm and Abyss and attack them from behind. Storm and Abyss soon join in and it turns into a 4-on-2 beatdown. It isn't long, however, before Red Dragon run down and Storm, Manic and Low-Ki scarper, leaving Abyss, who is thrown out of the ring by Red Dragon, who then check on the Briscoes. Surely the Briscoes win over the champs puts them towards the front of the tag team title picture. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for a triple threat tag team match against all odds. I'm honestly not sure who to give the titles to, but you never know. I may even go for a fatal 4-way tag team match. Is that a thing? I think that's a thing. Okay, so it's a decent debut from the Briscoes. So moving on, and a knockouts match. In about that had solid in-ring action and average heat. Havoc defeated Gail Kim, but with a Havoc killer. I honestly just don't know what to do with the knockouts division. I'm awful when it comes to that. I'm honestly just not gonna have a storyline. I don't think. I know it says I have one, but it's literally just gonna be 2 people fighting. That's pretty much my knockouts storyline. So anyway, Yeah, that got 50-60 minus. So the cameras head to the parking lot where we find Lashley getting out of his car. He's looking pretty beaten up following his match with MVP last week on Impact. What is Lashley doing here, and why is he arriving so late? So yeah, obviously you didn't see it, but Lashley lost to MVP and got beaten up by the BDC. So yeah, we'll just what's he doing here? Anyway, man, main event, only 60C. In the match, I had some good action in average heat. Adam Cole defeated Low Ki in 14 minutes by pinfall after a distraction from Samoa Joe. That's not great, but obviously it's not bad. Actually, I need to book in. Might as well do it whilst we're here. Book match. Where is it? Steel Cage. Do Steel Cage Modern, I think. Oh, shite. Yeah, there we go. That one. That's how you do it. I'd forgotten how you do it. But anyway. Who is he? Oh, no, Loki. There. Bish bash bosh. So that's that. Oh. That's that booked in for Against All Odds. You know what, whilst we're here, we might as well book in the triple threat for the world title as well. Oh god. I'm sniffling. So that is Kurt Angle versus Lashley versus MVP. Ugh, right. Yeah, that's booked in for that as well. Right. So, Samoa Joe has just cost Low Ki the match against Adam Cole and is stood over Low Ki in the middle of the ring. Joe points to each side of the ring, signaling the 6 sides of steel that will surround them at Against All Odds, and then signals cutting his throat. Will Low Ki make it out of Against All Odds alive, let alone win? So Low Ki did a masterful job of improvising. Yeah. Okay, so moving on. So the camera turns to the announce table following Adam Cole's win over Low Ki, where Mike Tenay and Taz have an update on Jim Ross. Tenay says, "Ladies and gentlemen, earlier tonight Jim Ross was viciously attacked by Drew Galloway following Galloway's match against Noam Dar, and we just received word that JR has suffered a concussion from Galloway's Future Shock DDT finishing maneuver, won't be able to join us on commentary for the next few weeks." Taz says, "Terrible news, I honestly don't know what is going through Drew Galloway's head. The guy just seems completely unhinged, and you could put a lot of the blame on the general manager Desmond Wolfe, who gave Drew an ironclad contract, but to put your hands on an announcer and the other week a referee and member of backroom staff, absolutely disgusting." And Tenay says, "You couldn't be more right, Taz. Get well soon, JR." So yeah, just a little for the segment. And next up is the main event, I think. Fingers crossed. Okay. Happy with that. In a bout that featured great action and great heat from the audience, Kurt Angle defeated MVP in 18 minutes by pinfall with an angle slam after a distraction from Bobby Lashley. So yes, that happened. Happy with that. Got a bonus for being well booked. Penalised for being done to a cold crowd. Well. Anyway. Yeah. Moving on. Lashley is quickly into the ring and is stalking MVP when Kenny King attacks him from behind. Angle suplexes King but is then chokeslammed by Tyrus. Lashley spears Tyrus before turning his attention to MVP. Lashley's attention is thrown when Spud jumps on Lashley's back, and Lashley eventually gets Spud off by backing into the turnbuckle. Lashley menacingly grabs Spud by the throat, and MVP chooses the opportune time to strike. However, his punches and chops seem to have no effect on Lashley, who just seems to be getting angrier by the second. Lashley and Angle both attack the BDC, Lashley mainly focusing on MVP, while Spud cowers in the corner. Angle and Lashley soon clear the ring before facing off. Will all three men make it to Against All Odds without tearing each other apart? The performance of Kurt Angle was fantastic, but Spud was very underwhelming. No work on improvements. Got a bonus for being into a hot crowd, but fell flat after the previous segment. Yeah. I think there's one more angle left. There is. So Desmond Wolfe is stood backstage talking to a member of staff when James Storm comes up to him. Storm says, "Desmond, I need to talk to you about the Samoa Joe low-key match. I beg you to reconsider, or I may have to do something I don't want to." Excuse me. Wolfe then says, "James, as general manager, cancelling a match to a little threat will just make me look stupid. I have a reputation to maintain, I'm sure you understand." Storm laughs before responding. And he says, "Actually, I've kind of always wanted to do this to someone." Storm punches Wolfe across the face, and Abyss, Manic and Sonata come out of nowhere to join the attack. After a while, Storm signals for them to stop. Storm says, "Take him to the cabin, make sure he can't escape." Abyss nods and drags Desmond Wolfe away, followed by Manic and Sonata, and the show closes, showing James Storm with a sick smile on his face. So yeah, the Revolution have kidnapped the general manager. For obvious reasons. They want him to cancel the match, so they're probably going to torture him or some shit. I don't know, I haven't made my mind up yet. But yeah. So that's that. And the show rating 72B-. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. So I think we had a B- and a B match in there. Briscoes versus the Revolution, and then Kurt Angle and MVP. So yeah, I'm happy with that, man. That was a very, very good show in my opinion. So yeah, that's that. Increased that popularity in 22 regions, which is fucking awesome. And yeah, let's go and see what the TV rating and all that jazz was. Right then, so let's have a look at the TV rating and stuff. DPW have extended Tommy Dreamer's contracts. It's only a paper appearance, so I'm not too fussed. He's only a road agent with us anyway. He's not actually a wrestler. Although, he'd be pretty good in like a hardcore title, and he's pretty good on the mic actually. I may have to look at bringing Tommy Dreamer out of retirement. Shit. Abyss sustained a major concussion. How long is he going to be out for? Jim Ross was supposed to sustain the concussion, damn it. How long is he going to be out for then? A year? What? A fucking year? What is that? What is that all about? A fucking year. 12 months. 365 days. What the fuck? Right. Well, that's fucked up my. That's fucked up those plans. Fuck. Okay, I need to seriously work out what to do now. I was hoping, maybe he's sprained his wrist, or maybe he's broken a finger, or maybe he's just pulled a muscle. But no, he has major concussion. He's going to be out for a year. Fucking brilliant. Fucking hell. Well, that's fucked that up. That's fucked the tag team title picture up. Explosion was up on Challenge TV from last week, and Impact, we got a 2 rating, which I think may be the highest rating we've ever had. I can't remember where you have to find that out actually. It's in here somewhere, isn't it? Personal? No? I have a strong dislike of Paradise, apparently. You say so. I can't remember where you go to see that. In here? No? Where the fuck do you go to see that then? I'm lost. I'm sure it's in here somewhere. Oh, user. Right, user stats, that's it. So yeah, that is our highest TV rating. Which is good. Our best match is Red Dragon versus the Briscoes. That was an explosion as well. I still only got a C. Ridiculous. I actually think can I extend that contract? No. What the fuck, man? Oh, right. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something, but I can't remember what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, is the reason that Explosion keeps getting just a C because it's a B show? Would that explain it? I'm not 100% sure, but let's have a look at our cult. We've actually gone up to a C- in both the Mid-South and the South-East, which is awesome. Obviously we need to be 65% importance in 8 regions of America. So this is it's actually going to take a while. We're actually 65. We're actually 66 in South England, which is pretty cool. What's our popularity? The C- is all across America, apart from the tri-state where we're at B-. Okay. What's our visibility? I don't even know what that means. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna end the episode there. If you have any clue what to do with Abyss or the Revolution or just the tag team titles in general, do I vacate them and just put the Briscoes against Red Dragon? Because I could do that. I think that would be the right way to go, to be honest. Johnny Mundo. It's pretty decent as well. That should not happen. That just shouldn't happen. John Morrison's sex appeal is an A. Anyway, so yeah, if you guys have any idea what to do with the tag team titles, then leave a comment in the comment section. Also, any of the other questions that I've asked, if I've asked any, I honestly can't remember. Then yeah, leave a comment in the description. And also, if you enjoyed the episode, then leave a like. And if you have any other storyline ideas, or is there any guys that you want me to take a look at and maybe sign, or are there any guys in the current roster that you want me to push, then leave them all in the comments section down below as well. And yeah, if you haven't already, then press the subscribe button and you'll get, I'm not going to say plenty more because this is my first video in 2 weeks, and the last video was an update video saying that I was going to upload more, so I can't promise you regular uploads, but yeah, thank you very much guys. That's all for today. I will see you in the next episode. Peace. Nigel McGuinness is stood in the middle of the ring as the show opens, holding a microphone. McGuinness says, "Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ring of Honor Wrestling. Tonight we usher in the beginning of a new era in ROH. You'll see your television champion defend his title against Rhett Titus. The Kingdom will take on the Addiction in a #1 contenders match, and Adam Cole will face Mark Briscoe in the main event. The new era of ROH starts right now."